Okay, we are about to melt some minds here. So you want to have two different lake houses. You've got lake house running on one capacity, or lake house A is on one capacity, lake house B is on another capacity. You want to share data between them, but maybe one of the capacities goes off and is not on. Are you still going to be able to query data? Are you like even if you could query data, what happens then? Does everything break? Or do you keep rocking? Oh, let me give you a sneak peek. You keep rocking. It's amazing. I can't wait to show it to you. Okay, do the whole YouTube thing. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It really helps things feed the logarithm and stuff. If you want early access to this content, become a member for as little as $5 a month. You can get early access to all these videos. All right, so we're going to be showing you a crazy demo here. We're going to be taking data from my dog lake house that you can see doesn't exist, and that's in my dog capacity. That currently it's on pause. It's running. We're going to create a lake house in Eagle, and we're going to query, and Eagle is running inside my Eagle capacity, right? So that's up and running, and you can actually see it in workspace settings. And we go to license, you see Eagle is right here. So Eagle is running on Eagle, dog is running on dog. All right, so we're good to go here. So first thing we're gonna do so that you don't see, there's no tricks here. We're gonna be doing this all together. So I'm gonna say new item, and I'm gonna create a notebook to load both of these sets. So notebook, great, there's my notebook item. I'm gonna call this one dog lake house load. And I'm going to be pasting in the AI skills demo at Microsoft. They've got a great notebook that will just actually load all that information for you. Cannot read in editor. That's right. Oh, that's right. I got to add in a data source. So I'm going to attach a brand new Virgin Lakehouse to this. All right. So no magic up my sleeve. So dog Lakehouse. Right. Okay. Whatever. Create. All right, so that's going to be created. Now this session's going to go up. I'm going to, oopsies, that's the wrong thing. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to run it. As this is going to spin up and start to run, this will load up the full AdventureWorks Lakehouse. It's just going to make that available, okay? I'm going to do the same thing over here in my Eagle Lakehouse. So I'm going to go to Notebook. And I'm going to rename it Eagle Lakehouse Load. And I'm going to get a brand new Virgin Lakehouse over here. Again, I'm not hiding anything. All right, so Eagle Lakehouse, create that puppy. And we're going to paste in the same stuff. We're going to run all. All right, so this is going to start to load. You're going to see both of these are loading. So look at this. We can see we're at 14, 18, 20%. That's starting to load. We're starting to see this environment spin up and start to load. Look, session started. We're going to see that start to run and load. All right, as soon as this comes together, what we're going to be doing is we're going to run a query across both of them to show that it works when they're both up. Then I'm going to pause dog. I'm going to show you that that Eagle still runs and works, and it's going to work flawlessly, right? All right, so dog is still loading. Eagle is still loading. Come on. We're going quick here. All right, it's almost up. We got a minute or so there. We've got this in place. The magic and the key here is that what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a shortcut. That shortcut from dog over to Eagle, the two different lake houses, is going to be facilitated by one lake. One lake is Delta Parquet files, right? So that that just kind of sits out there, and you don't actually have to move data. That same data is maintained between the two environments. It's kept up and running, and we're good to go. Okay. All right, so my lake house is done. So that means I should be able to refresh my tables. and see my all my tables here. So I'm going to click on dim date and let's go take a look at it. Come on now. Okay, so that's coming up. Great. And if I go over to my lake house, la da da da. And I thought I could click on it. Oh, that takes you over to the SQL endpoint. Okay, dim date is here. Right, so we've got that, and inside my here we go. Okay, so refresh my tables in Eagle. So Eagle is up, and we can see we're at 100%. I've got my tables over here. I've got dim date in Eagle. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shortcut. Create a shortcut. Come on now. Refresh, you son of a. Hit refresh on. Load the notebooks. Load the Lakehouses. Okay, this is up. If I go over to my lake house here, I'm going to see my dim date is there. Good. Now, what I want to do, oh, I'm sorry. I'm still in my notebook. Haha, silly me. All right, so if I go into my Eagle Lake house, I can actually click on my dim date and I can see the values that are going to come up here. If I go back over to my dog lake house, I'm going to see the same data. Now, there's something to do with like caching data and make it accessible. The first time you like click on a table or query a table, it's a little bit slow. Come on, refresh. Show me that data, right? So here's the Eagle data. And come on now. What would you talk about, Willis? What's going on? Okay, cancel the Spark jobs. Oh, I know. I got this. All right, so let's close this out. Okay, and I've got my dim date. Come on now. Come on, man. It's literally just working. Okay, so so this is not working. So, but that's okay. This is actually going to help us illustrate this. I'm going to pause the dog. All right, so dog is going to be offline, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with dog. But what I could still do is I can go over to my lake house and I can create a new shortcut from one lake, and I can find my dog lake house here. I can say next, and my tables. I'm going to go to dim date. I'm going to select that one and say next, and I'm going to edit this just so it's really very clear that I'm getting it from the dog. So this is my dog table that we're going to be pulling in, right? Whoopsies. Dog. Bow wow wow, yippee oh yippee a, bow wow yippee oh yippee a. Bow wow. Okay, so we're about to show that's going to show up right here. We're going to see dog show up, and I'm going to hit refresh here. There we go. And now we could scroll down and we could see dim date. This is in my capacity, and dim dog, that's in the other capacity. Okay. If I select dim dog, boom. Okay, so I can see both of them. Okay, this is good. I got both of them. Now let's switch over to my SQL Analytics endpoint, and let's see if I can write a query that queries both of these. Okay, so I'm going to write a new SQL query. I'm going to select star from dim date, DD, inner join, dim date dog, DDD on DD dot date key equals DDD dot date key. Right, and to make this come back as quick as possible, I'm going to just take these values. I'm just going to return this as date key dog. All right. So I'm going to run this. This should not work by all By all logic, this should fail, right? My dog is offline. Dog is dead. It's got no more spark compute. I paused it like it shouldn't work. But yet, look at this. Look at this. Everything works. I get the same results. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. Sorry. But all of this stuff works and it works just fine. Even though my other capacity is offline, not running, out of compute, it doesn't matter. This capacity has compute, this capacity has resources. And because all of the data is in one lake, that capacity, the one that's up, Eagle, that's up and running and soaring and doing great, that works just fine. All right. So, like, are you psyched out with how amazing this is? You could have two lake houses. They could share data back and forth. One can be down, one can be offline, one can have no compute left, and you can still query it all through the magic of shortcuts and one lake. This just blew my mind when I saw it. If you have questions or you have feelings or thoughts on this, leave your comments down below. Yeah, it helps feed the logarithm. Let's keep the community going, and like honestly, it really helps when it comes to like user adoption and YouTube sharing stuff. So if you want to help support the channel, like, share, leave comments, all that stuff really does help out. You have the absolute best day ever. Peace. Okay, I get it. It's a lot. If you need help and you want help from some of the best people around, head over to bakertilly.com/digital. Click on the like get more information button or something, whatever it is out there. Myself or one of my colleagues will reach out to help you out. Okay. But if you think you can do it, and I know you can, check out this video or this video for more information on Fabric and data and become a data god yourself.